Hi, One Best Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. His name is Mike Brenner. We are the Odds Couple. We come to you from SportsbookReview.com. We are talking a bunch of bowls right now with Troy West from TroyWins.com. The first one we're going to talk about is the Sun Bowl, UNC and Stanford. Stanford wraps up their relatively disappointing year, although they did wind up slightly profitable. ATS overall, 7-5 ATS. They covered a bunch of spreads at the end of the year.
Yeah, they turned it on.
Yeah, UNC, of course, also a decent team, also 7-5 ATS at the end of the year. So I guess this game might ultimately come down to a motivation. We'll see what Troy has to say about this one. Before we get to Troy, do you have anything to say about the motivational factors here, Mike Brenner?
Well, you know, it's like you got McCaffrey announcing he's going to go to the NFL. So does he want to step it up to show his goods, or does he take it easy? You know, I think he wants to step it up and show his goods. North Carolina, they both had disappointing seasons in their own eyes. They feel they've underachieved. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird matchup, to be honest with you, and I really don't know how to gauge it right now. I know that Stanford definitely picked up some steam, started playing some good ball. They're very talented. There's no doubt about it, but I'm anxious to hear what Troy's got to say and what type of breakdown he's got.
Troy West, I looked at this game. Nothing jumped out at me. I have no opinion of it as of yet for possible betting value. Stanford -3.5. The total came out at 54. What's your take on this one?
Yeah, I actually really like Stanford in this football game. I think people are looking at this at the Pac-12 was a terrible conference this year, and to me it was actually a very competitive conference. There were some good football teams, Stanford being one of them. Absolutely, yes, they underachieved, but they're still very well coached. David Shaw is one of the better coaches in the country. And like Mike said, I think this will be, McCaffrey one last hurrah at Stanford. This guy's had a remarkable career there. I don't see him taking the foot off the gas. North Carolina's defense has been atrocious at times this year. They're going to have a very tough time stopping them. Stanford overall, the bigger, faster, stronger team than North Carolina. I think North Carolina's getting that East Coast value into this. People not giving Stanford enough credit. I like Stanford here. This is a team that's been very good in bowl games in the past. They'll be very good this time. They'll knock off the ACC. I like Stanford in a game about a 28-17 type score, maybe even like a 35-21 type score.
All right. UNC had some nice road wins this year. They beat Miami outright. They beat Florida State outright as a double-digit dog. So they were competitive against inarguably quality teams, right?
Yeah, both teams were bipolar throughout the course of the year. There's no doubt about it. Stanford's got some pretty decent wins, and they've had some blow-ups. North Carolina the same way. But I think overall, pound for pound, I think the odds, the difference maker here is McCaffrey, arguably one of the best running backs in the country. He's going to have a heyday against this defense. I think that's the X factor here.
Okay,
you know what?
Stanford,
I'm
3.5.
not even going to hesitate. I like it. I like the breakdown, and I'm going to jump on board. Open up that back door to that truck. I'm jumping in, Troy. Okay. We're heading to the bank.
Baby.
You know what? There's some really good points brought up, and at the end of the day, the motivation and the momentum, it's on Stanford's side. Now, when UNC beat Florida State, I think Florida State was even overlooking that game. I'm not taking anything away from UNC. All right, Miami, I don't know. Miami's still that team that's building. I don't see them could stand up with Stanford. I like it. I'm jumping on with confidence on the full game.
You're adding it onto your official
Adding it
here.
on, baby. Yep, that's right. That's it, Pistol.
Stanford -3.5. Troy West from TroyWins.com. Tell us about your website.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, we actually had an unbelievable sweep last night in college basketball. Hit our biggest play of the year with Gonzaga over Washington. Really starting to rev it up in college hoops, cover NBA. And believe me, college bowl season is going to be fantastic. We'll have a play on each and every game. Come take a look at TroyWins.com.
Thanks, Troy.
Thanks, Troy.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts. Shop for lines at SBRodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.